For us, we can sing the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Agyanti Mirandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya Shakshu Miritam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Shvapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Samjivam Sadritam Savadatam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagapate Kupesh Gopika Kanta Kanta Namostute Tapta Krishna Gurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpa Tarudasha Kripa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Rasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Panchatattvamakam Krishnam Bhaktarupam Sarupakam Bhaktaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashakyam. So we can play. You have the words?
Yeah.
Everyone? Otherwise, I have only one exemplary here.
Okay.
Anyway, please, Maharaj will sing and we can sing behind him, you know. I will put it full voice, full volume. After. Sing the whole thing first.
Oh, you sing the whole thing?
I don't know where I'm putting it. Oh no, Advaita
Chaitanya Karunamaya Shri Advaita Sankaranga Kirtana Vinashana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana. Advaita Sharana Vinda Jnana Jnana Bhavana Sadadvaita Pada Padma Venurashirana Devakti Jagannatha Rashamavajana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana. Sarvadata Sitanatha Praneshwasa Saguna Yajavanti Sitanatha Padapatmadeva Viyatam Karunanatha Bhakti Yoga Darshana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana Sitanatha Advaita Chara Naravinda Bhavana. Shri Chaitanya Jaya Advaita Nityananda Karunaya Ekanga Prila Muni Kayashwaradi Sadavara Jiva Prana Bhakti Jnana Omkaradi Garjana
Jai Shri Advaita Shakam ki Jai. Shri Advaita Acharya ki Jai. Oh, sorry. That's another one.
Wonderful. Very nice.
So we can, in turn, we can read each stanza, one after the other. Yeah. Roaring like a lion and thundering like a monsoon cloud, he prays day and night, O Krishna, O Lord of Radhika. He smears the Shaladram Shila with the paste of sandalwood and musk, and offers arati with incense and lamp. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi.
He worships the Shalagam Shila with water of the Ganga mixed with tulsi manjaris and leaves. Tears of love incessantly flow from his eyes as he meditates upon Krishna and sings his glories. He prays to the Supreme Lord, who is an ocean of mercy, to descend to this world. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi.
Again and again, he loudly sings the name of Krishna, praying to him, O my Lord, deliverer of the universe, please manifest your exceedingly merciful two-armed form in my vision. Please award me the proper vision. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi.
Anyone else?
Due to the prayers of Sri Advaita Acharya, Sri Chaitanya appeared in the house of Jagannath Mishra in the womb of Mother Shachi. In order to enjoy the association of Sri Advaita, Sri Chaitanya sang the holy name of the Lord congregationally and danced with the devotees. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi.
Lotus feet of Sri Advaita are the goal of my knowledge and the object of my meditation. I always keep the dirt of his lotus feet on my head. O my Lord, he bestows devotional service upon the unworshipful and perfect beings. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi.
Sri Advaita, the Lord of Sita Devi, he is the bestower of all benedictions and perfections, and he is the Lord of my life. That most merciful Lord immediately bestows bhakti upon those who meditate exclusively upon his lotus feet. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi.
All glories to Sri Advaita, along with Sri Chaitanya and the most merciful Nityananda Prabhu. They are all one, but in three different forms, depicting the different phases of life, like adolescence, etc. Sri Advaita roars and thunders in order to deliver the living entities by giving them transcendental knowledge and pure devotional service. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, the Lord of Sita Devi.
He bestows loving devotional service upon the lowly, mean, blasphemous, and other such fallen people. The bestower of everything, Sri Advaita, the Lord of Sita Devi, is the leader of Shantikpur. He frees one from the bondage of material attachments, bad association, fruitive activities, and mystic yoga. I meditate upon the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya,
Hare Krishna. So today is the 7th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Mag. And Mag means January, February. So today, when did he appear? Any clue? Today itself, how many years ago? Long back. 14. How many years older was he compared to Mahaprabhu? That's the key question. He appeared is quite simple actually. Yes, Prabhu?
No, carry
1434. Okay? So he appeared 52 years prior to Mahaprabhu. January and February, this is today. So you calculate 2024 minus 1434. How many years is that? 590. Huh?
590.
Wow, you're good. So, beautiful verse right here. Nishta Rita Shesha Janam Dayalum Premam Ritabdo Parimagnachitam Chaitanya Chandra Gritam Alchitam Tam Advaita Chandram Shirasam Namami. I offer my obeisances unto the merciful Sri Advaita Chandra, whose heart is inundated with prem, the ocean, by the ocean of prem. He delivers infinite numbers of devotees and is honored and worshipped by Lord Sri Gaurachandra. So we are back in medieval Bengal, way even before his birth. Let's talk about his parents. First of all, where do we find statements on Advaita Acharya? It's not easy to find. There's one book written by Lodiya Krishnadas. He has written a book entitled Balya Lila Sutram. It's a good book. And of course, in the different Mahaprabhu's biographies, you find tidbits here and there on Advaita. And also you find a lot of stuff on the later works of the Acharyas after Mahaprabhu. So his father was called Kuver Pandit. Kuver. He was very learned Brahmin, expert in the performance of Vedic rituals, sacrifices, and scholar of the Vedas. Born in 1410. 1410 his father, so we are way back into early 15th century. And they hailed from Srihat district. Srihat is in Bangladesh today. The village is called Loda. His dad, the father of the father, the grandfather of Advaita Acharya, was hailed from Shantipur. His name was Nishingaraja, the grandfather. So who is Kuver Pandit? You can guess by the name. The father of Advaita Acharya. Who is he? Kuver. Is Kuver. So, who is Kuver? The treasurer. And is the lead, the chief of the Guyakas. We say Yakshas, Guyakas, which is not a very good race, because Yakshas is the same family as Raman. Raman was the step-brother of, half-brother, we say, half-brother of Kuver. And they had the same father, but different mothers. So, but anyway, so Kuver Pandit, the father of Acharya, was Kuver himself. And we have to admit, and it's mentioned in that book, the Guyakas are ghostly followers of Lord Shiva. But the father was blessed because he himself is Kuver, and whom did he get? He's going to get as a son? He's going to get Lord Shiva. So you see the relation. He was blessed because he descended on earth as Shiva's very own father. The father of Acharya is Kuber. So prior to the birth of Acharya, Kuber Pandit and his wife was Nabadevi or Labadevi, either or, Labadevi. They had 6 sons prior to having Advaita. Lakshmikant, Shrikant, Hariharan, Hariharanand, Sadashiv, Kushal, Kirtachandra. And they had one daughter whose name was Ganga. She was an incarnation of Ganga, but she passed away quite early. So out of the 6 sons, 4 took sannyas, as usual. And Advaita had 2 elder brothers who became grihasthas. And it is mentioned that you can still find the descendants of those 2 brothers in Bangladesh today. So what happened is Kuber Pandit became very despondent because 4 of his sons took sannyas. So he was quite despondent. So he and his wife, they went to Shantipur. And actually what happened, they took a leave of absence from the king. Kuber Pandit was the courtly Pandit of the king, Divya Singha. There was one king, Divya Singha. Kuber Pandit was the court Pandit. And he took a leave of absence and he went to perform austerities with his wife in Shantipur. Divya Singha was the emperor, like a local emperor of Srihat. Okay? So what happened is this Kuber Pandit, he performed monavrat. What's monavrat? Silence. Total silence. Which is not our path. And in the meantime, his dear wife, she had an amazing dream, which is as follows. In her dream, she foresaw Lord Sadashiv. Who is Sadashiv? Lord Sadashiv?
Spiritual.
He is the Shambhu Tattva, is the origin of all the Shivas. Krishna in the Gita, what does he say about Lord Shiva? Amongst the 11 Rudras, I'm Lord Shiva. So there's 11 Rudras, and behind it all, you find Sadashiv, who is the Shambhu Tattva. So she had a dream of Lord Sadashiv, and in that dream, Lord Sadashiv could foresee the wicked age of this Kali. Manda Sumanda Matayu Manda Bhagya Yuta. Everyone will be fallen. Kalim Sadvaharim Pumsam, all the qualities of mankind will diminish day by day. And she could see in that dream that the Lord Sadashiv was filled with compassion. And he decided to go to the shore of the causal ocean. Who is residing there in the coastal ocean? Maharishna, to be specific.
Okay.
But anyway, it's all one in one sense. It's all one, yeah. Advaitam, Achyutam, Manadim, Manantarupam. So, and this Lord Sadashiv, he beseeched the blessings of Lord Mahavishnu. Lord Mahavishnu was totally in his slumber, Yoga Nidra. And we know that the Lord responds to the yajna, to the sacrifices of his devotees. Do you know how long Lord Sadashiv meditated on Mahavishnu? Have a guess. 7 centuries. 7 centuries meditation, dhyan on Mahavishnu. And finally, because the intention of Lord Sadashiv was extremely laudable, he wanted to benefit mankind of Kali Yuga. Yeah? So my dear Sadashi, you have such a mood of compassion for the suffering masses. You're trying to please me with difficult austerities, but you and I are one. We are one and the same. So Lord Sadashi, unless you empower me to save mankind in Kali Yuga, how can I do it? So what happened at that time? They merge. It's not a good term. They combine together. Let's put it this way. And then who came on the scene? In a dream, Lapa Devi, she could see all these things in the dream. Can you imagine such a lofty dream she had? She saw Yamaraj. Who is Lord Yamaraj? The Lord of Death. My Lord, if you descend to deliver everyone, no job for me, no sinners for me to punish in hell. Don't worry. All those who avoid the nectarine ways of Brahm, of divine love, that will inundate the people of Kali. Some will escape. Who are those? We know, cannot. Impersonalists, offenders, fruitive workers, we know, false logicians, it's a good one, atheists. So Lord Sadashi told Lord Yamaraj, they will go to hell. You will have some jobs, some work. So Yam was happy, Lord Yamaraj was happy, and he left. So now, when she came out of the dream, she was so elated, she told her husband he was in monobrat. But when he heard that dream, that broke his penance. And he could see, and he could understand, just like Vasudeva and Devaki, remember? From the heart of... But this time, anyway, let's go it this way. From the heart of Vasudeva, from the mind and heart of Vasudeva, Lord Krishna got transferred to the heart and mind of Devaki, and then down in the womb. So anyway, soon after she became pregnant, and finally they returned to Lodha, in that Srihad district. And before the pregnancy, before the delivery, Advaita Prabhu manifested himself in their minds, and a divine effulgence glowed out of their body, radiated from their hearts. So everyone in Srihad could see something's going to happen soon in this village. So everyone eagerly waited for the appearance of the divine child. And today itself, back in 1434, he took birth. So, just like Mahaprabhu, remember when Mahaprabhu took birth? What did the people do of Shantipur? Not Shantipur, of Navadvip? They went in the Ganges. So in the same way, everyone of Srihad went bathing in the Ganga. Holy names resounded everywhere. And of course, what happened when the child is born? Namkaran, immediately the pundits will come, not with the machine, but they will draw the charts, all the astrologers. This baby will deliver the entire world. Just like Srila Prabhupada in a sense. You will see, remind me if I forget, there's a connection, very deep connection between Srila Prabhupada and Advaita. So they gave Namkaran, Anna Prashan, and then the priest came in the line of Sandilya Muni, great priest, and he named, how did he name the boy? Two names. Kamalaksh, which means lotus-eyed, and Advaita. Advaita means? Non-dual. Very good. Advaya Gyan. Advaita Machuta Manadim Anantarupam. So is one and the same with Krishna. No different. So he was quite naughty. Prabhupada used to say, oftentimes devotees, especially boys, are naughty in Krishna consciousness. Krishna was naughty, Lord Ram not so much. But what to speak of Mahaprabhu? What to speak of Srila Prabhupada? So he was quite naughty. He refused to drink his mother's milk unless and until she chants Hare Krishna, loudly. And he was quite concerned to show off his divine powers. He has divine powers, he's Vishnu Tattva. So he bewildered people during his childhood with his divine powers. So one time this lady, she's extremely transcendental, Labai Devi, she had another vision. The child was young, very young, and she could see in a vision that he was taking her to a very high mountain in Shrihat. And in Shrihat they have one festival which is called Varuna Snan, Varunista. So very auspicious day, it's March, April. It takes place on the 13th day of the bright moon. So, because in her inner art, this lady, she wanted to bathe in all the rivers of India. So the boy, he knew, he's Trikalagya, he's Antaryami, and he wanted to benefit his mother, such a nice boy. And he managed to bring all the rivers, but this time the rivers ascended the mountain. It's quite unusual. Usually rivers descend towards the ground, but this time they ascended the mountains and they bathed this divine lady, the mother, Navadevi, with all the waters, Ganga, and the little boy is naming, Yamuna is coming, ma, she's very black, Ganga is coming, she's white, and so many is even naming the colors of the water to his mom. So his whole childhood is replete with activities, transcendental activities, in the mood of Rudra, in the mood of Shiv. So you will see Rudra Bhav, sometimes angry. There's another book also, Advaita Mangal, written by Haricharan Das. So what happened is, I told you, and this Kuver Pandit was the court Pandit of King Divya Singha. Very good. This emperor had a son of similar age as Kamalaksh. So they were playing all the time. And one time, as boys play all the time, they went inside a cave. And that prince, the Kumar, he started to mock at the devotees, just like sometimes we go on the street, people mock at us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He was quite frivolous. And the young Kamalaksha didn't take it nicely. Became angry. And he became so angry, the other boy fainted. So he had fits of anger, like anything. Very powerful. Out of shock, the boy fainted. So when he was between 5 and 10, he grew, of course, in learning, in prodigious, child prodigy, in learning, in beauty. And he was quite adamant to always show the supremacy of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Because we have to remember, we are in 15th century Bengal. A lot of Shaktas. Don't say everyone is a devotee, even at that time. A lot of Shaktas. They worship the Shaktis. So the emperor, Divya Singha, was Durga worshipper. So listen carefully. So what happened is he sent his son and the boy, because they are very good friends, Kamala Aksh, to visit a Durga Mandir. What do you think happens? He is himself, Sadashiv, and Mahavishnu. Remember, is Tattva, is ontological form. So now, he's always in a challenging mood, this boy, Kamalaksha. And he goes to his friend, show me your goddess. So the prince, he takes offense. You cannot speak to Durga like this. So Kamalaksha becomes so angry. Again, the other prince fainted. So much he's angry. Because he would not bow down to the deity. You see, Mahavishnu and Sadashiv is going to bow down in front of Lord Mother Durga. That's Rasavas. He wouldn't bow down. So now the boy, even Kamalaksha himself was afraid of himself. He was so loud and angry, he became frightened and he hid away somewhere. So everyone is searching for him, the other friends, so many friends are there, so many other boys. And they finally found him hidden somewhere. They brought him back in the temple of Durga. Who was there? In the meantime, the rumors spread out. My dear king, your son fainted. You better do something. You better come over. Your son fainted. Something is wrong here. So by the time Kamalaksha came back, everyone was there. The emperor, the father, Kuber Pandit is there. Big leading citizens of Srihat are there. Can you imagine the state of affair? The king is quite upset. He doesn't even know if his boy is dead or not. So this is quite amazing now. Kamalaksha, he took some Charanamrit. There was one deity of Vishnu. You know, sometimes they do in Durga Mandir, they put Vishnu, but on the side. So he took some Charanamrit of Vishnu. He sprinkled on the boy, Kumar, back to life. So everyone was awestruck. Even the king. They couldn't understand this boy has mystic powers. And they couldn't understand he has such a deep faith in Vishnu. Another time, even more far out Srila now. They went to another Durga Mandir because the king was a staunch worshipper of Durga. Diwali day, we know, especially in Bengal, candles everywhere to propitiate Mother Durga. Again, Kamalaksha refused to bow down. The prince is disturbed. The son of the king is disturbed. And he calls, now I'm going to tell your father. So finally the father of Kuber Pandit comes himself and he starts to have a discussion with his son. My dear son, remember, Lord Ram himself worshipped Lord Shiva. Mother Durga. In which instance, remember in Ramlila? When did Lord Ram worship Mother Durga? Because by then his wife had been kidnapped. So in order to bring, at one point it's true actually, in order to bring her back, he worshipped Mother Durga. So the father is making that point to the son. So now Kamalaksha answers very politely, my dear father, you are slightly misled. Very polite. Slightly misled. Yata talomula nishe chanina tripyanti tat ponda skanda puja shakaha. And you know the verse, 431:14. Narad is telling, if you water the roots, you water at the root of the tree, all the flowers, all the twigs are satisfied. Jasmin tushte jagat tushte. And not only that, the boy, he tells the example of the chakora bird. You know that bird, chakora? They can only live, my dear father, in the moonlight. So in the same way, I can only worship Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. This is the beginning of the Lila. We are in Durga Mandir. The deities burst open. You follow? The deities burst open. The whole deity cracked. This is Advaita Acharya. The deity of Mother Durga is cracking open, illuminating all the directions. And now the voice is speaking. The husband will never bow down in front of the wife. I do sometimes. He didn't. He didn't. So, can you imagine? This is real Lila. The deities burst open of Durga. So, she indicated, this is my husband, right here, that little boy is my husband. Kamalaksh, Kamalaksh. Immediately the king is there. Divya Shinga, he understood. This is Lord Shiva himself. He's ashamed, like anything. He offers prayers to the Lord. Now, Kamalaksha, the young boy, is preaching to the king. I heard you were worshipping Mother Durga. I'm warning you. By the way, your son one day, he mocked at the Vaishnava. I want to tell you. You are Devata worshippers. It's a sign of ignorance. Blunt preaching, eh? Very blunt. She's merely Krishna's maid servant. It's quite straightforward. What is her job, my dear emperor? What is the job of Durga? We know, is to bewilder everyone with materialistic illusion. You can never flourish this way. So we have to remember the scene. The Durga deity burst open. So the king acknowledged, yes. And he continues to offer prayers, chosen prayers. Now the young boy is putting his foot on the head's king. See? Advaita Acharya, the palm. And he converted the king. That king became a Vaishnava and he built a large Krishna Mandir. And shortly after, he initiated the king, Krishnadas Brahmachari. Just imagine the power. He's still young. So now they're moving to Shantipur. Because remember, the grandfather hailed from Shantipur. So they live by the side of the Ganga. And of course he went to school, he's still young. And he told all his classmates, worship Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. This is the source of all knowledge. And he became an avid student of the Saddarshan. In India, this is quite common and popular, the Saddarshan. And he became quite proficient in Vedic studies. Actually, he got a title, very prestigious title, advanced degree. More than Bhakti Shastri, more than Bhakti Vedanta. Veda Panchanani. It's in those days it was a very advanced title in Vedic scholarship. And usually he got rewarded this title, he was twice less aged than the others. His teacher was Acharya. That teacher lived in Purnavati. So Kamalak used to spend his time there. Should we stop at 9 or what's going on today? Non-stop? We don't eat today anyway. So. Yeah, we fast today. So, So his teacher, not his guru. Who will be his guru? Madhavendra Puri Goswami. He's still young, so that is his teacher, basically. Acharya. Acharya. So that teacher was quite aware. He had seen feats of the divinity of the boy in the class even. So, because, amongst boys there's always envy. It's nothing new. So, finally Acharya revealed the divinity of Kamalaksh to the other classmates. So this is another lila in his young Bal lila. Acharya was walking in the forest with his students. When they came to a lake filled with beautiful lotus flowers and fearsome snakes, Acharya pointed to a platform in the middle of the lake with a huge, extraordinarily beautiful lotus flower on it. He asked his students if any one of them could cross the water to get the big lotus and bring it back to him without getting hurt. Most students were intimidated by the request. But Kamalaksha stepped forward and volunteered. He cautiously entered the water, and at every step, a lotus mystically appeared to carry him. And at the same time, a big snake rose out of the water.
What?
A big snake rose out of the water, spreading its hood to shade him like the celestial snake Ananta shades Lord Vishnu. That's recorded in history. The teacher saw it, all the other classmates saw it. So he was not afraid of showing his divinity compared to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu did, but to much lesser extent. When Advaita Prabhu's reached his teens, his parents, both in their late 80s, early 90s. See, it's very common. Did you notice devotees have children late? What's the age of Mother Sachi when she had Nimai? Mother Yashoda, same. They were old. Mother Yashoda had grey in her hair. Mother Yashoda was in her 60s. This is totally divine. To have a child at 60. And can you imagine?
And Mother Sachi?
I would say the same. And she lost quite a few children also. So here, he was only in his teens. The parents are into early 90s. They had 6 sons prior to him and 1 daughter.
Don't forget they lived for 1,000 years.
Yeah, anyway, they're eternal associates of the Lord.
No,
To start with.
That's from a soul perspective, but in that body, in that previous age,
Yeah.
the age limit was 1,000 years.
Yeah,
Like
true.
here is
True.
For,
So
was
that's-
how much?
No, he's saying, yeah.
Not for Mother Yashoda, yes, but not for Mother Sachi.
It's all divine anyway. They are divine personalities. They are divine. They are Parshadas. So, as I said, it's coming directly from the consciousness, the mind, the heart, and the womb. It's a different process altogether. So, of course, they left. Parents left in due course of time. It's bound to happen. So the boy was still in his teens. He mourned the death of his parents, and he went on pilgrimage. First, he went to Orissa, Utkal Bhakta, Orissa, and he saw which deity? Gopinath. Later, sorry. Yeah. Then from there he went to Nabigaya, Puri, Godavari, Shiv Kanchi, Vishnu Kanchi, and he witnessed a competition between the Shivais and the Vaishnava. Kaveri, Madurai, Setubanda, Danutirth, Rameshwar, Udipi. And whom did he meet in Udipi? His future guru. So if you read Chaitanya Bhagavat, it's totally mind-boggling. No? they meet. No, sorry, I'm getting confused with Nityananda Prabhu. Sorry. So, when they meet down the south, Madhavendra Puri, Goshai, immediately felt great love for Advaita. He could see, remember Panchatattvamakam Krishna, who is he in that line, in that Panchatattva Mahamantra? Who is he? Bhakta Avatar. So Madhavendra Puri could see that. He's Bhakta Avatar, is the embodiment of a Bhakta. With perfect beauty. And together they had Krishna Katha. And what did they discuss about? It's mentioned in those books. There's a need, there's a great need for the Lord to appear. A great need. So Advaita told Madhavendra Puri Goshai, don't worry. It's predicted already. it's foreseen. Of course, there's some books. If you read in Chaitanya Upanishad, it very clearly mentions the advent of Mahaprabhu. Upanishad, that's Shruti. A lot of evidence for the advent of the Lord. So now he met Madhavendra Puri in Udupi. I think there's a mistake. Udupi. In Udupi, but it's a mistake. Udupi. So, in other words, it's interesting that Advaita, Acharya is kind of instructing, even though he's going to take initiation from him later, but he's instructing Madhavendra Puri, and he's disclosing to him the mission of the Lord. He's going to come any time. And he carried on his pilgrimage. Dandakaranya, Nasik, Dwarka, Prabhas, Tirt, Pushkar, Kurukshetra, Hardwar, Badalikashram, Gomukhi, Gandaki. Big pilgrimage. And finally he arrived in Mithila. What happened in Mithila? Ramayana. He saw Sita Devi's birthplace. Because Mithila, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the place of Janak Maharaj.
Yeah.
Janak is mentioned in the Gita. So we can find there the birthplace of Sita Devi. And he shed tears of love. He met a very great poet. Mahaprabhu was very fond of that poet, Vidyapati. At the very end of his life in Gambhira, Mahaprabhu would recite poetry of Vidyapati, of Lila Shuk, Vivamuka Thakur, that's the same, and Shantidas. So Vidyapati, he met with Vidyapati. And then he went to Ayodhya. He would be happy to come again because now it's a beautiful temple, back after 500 years. Then he went to Varanasi. He based in the Manikarnika Ghat, and beautiful deities of, who is the main deities in Varanasi? Vishwanath. Mahaprabhu took darshan of, Vishwanath is the name of Lord Shiva. And Mahaprabhu went there also, much later. Then he went to Adikeshav in Mathura village, and there Bindu Madhav is there. Then he went to Prayag, Allahabad or Prayag, same. Then he saw the Veni Madhav deity. He shaved his head. By the way, before I forget, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat says, he was never with a beard. He didn't have a beard. A beard. He didn't have a beard at all. I've got this, from Madhavendra Prabhu is publishing this Krishna Katamrit, and is giving profuse evidence. I wonder where it came from. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is adamant, no beard. He's shaved up. I don't know who introduced that.
Prabhupada said, yeah, beard.
Wow. It's okay. Is it?
research made
Oh, I
and
see.
published by the BBC was the beer of Acharya. Because
Well, to contradict Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is not easy.
because Chaitanya Bhagavata says that he had a beer, but in that verse the Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj comments that it wasn't a beer, it was some kind of lump of the body, the hair on the chest.
Well, thank you for informing us.
Yeah, that's in the.
Okay, it's a controversy anyway.
Yes.
Okay, I will wait for the outcome. So he visited in Mathura the house of Kubja. Remember Kubja? She got blessed by Lord Krishna. And he went to the Jamastan of Lord Krishna and he took baths in Vishram Ghat, Parikrama of Braj, meditating on Krishna Lila. And finally he arrived in Vrindavan. And he stayed for some time in Dwadasha Ditya Tila. This is the hill that Sanatana Goswami later built for his Madan Mohan Mandir. You have seen Madan Mohan Mandir, it's on the hill. Huh? So he used to stay there, way before Advaita Acharya. Advaita Vat, it's called now, Advaita Vat. So now there's a relation with Samanda Gyan deity and Advaita Acharya. Who is this Samanda Gyan deity? Madan Mohan. It's quite confidential. One day, when Advaita was sleeping under a banyan tree, the deity appeared to him in a dream and said, I was being worshipped here, but the priest, because he was afraid of the Muslim invaders, left me and fled to protect his own life. I'm hidden at Dwadasha Tila under the present flow of the Yamuna. Please unearth me and install me in my proper place. After waking from his sleep, Advaita Prabhu found the site, dug up the deity, and installed him with the help of some local Brahmasis. They performed this customary bathing ceremony, and at that time, Advaita Prabhu rubbed Madan Mohan's body so thoroughly that the Lord regained his original smoky, blackish complexion. He rubbed him heavily. he recovered, he retrieved his original color. Some days later, when Advaita Prabhu was traveling, a group of Muslims came and attacked Advaita Vata, that place. The deity hid himself under a heap of old sanctified flowers that were previously offered to the Lord, and thus was not destroyed. So the deity himself hid. When Advaita Prabhu returned, Madan Mohan again told him in a dream where he had hidden himself. He requested Advaita Prabhu to dig him up and to give him to Purushottam Chobe to serve. So it's very interesting. Do you know the story of Purushottam Chobe? Perhaps we can take a break and explain. So, much later, of course, when Sanatana Goswami, he went, actually he came after Rupa Goswami, yes, much later Advaita. And he stopped in Mathura. He was a great sannyasi, so people would look up to him like anything. And he stayed in the house of this person, Purushottam Chobe. And this is a great Brahmin of Mathura. He had many sons. And Sanatana Goswami is the guest, and he stays quite a long time there. He's fed, and they discuss Krishna Katha. He's a great, great soul, this Prabhu. And after some time, Sanatana Goswami thought of leaving the place, because we know his instruction received by Lord Krishna Mahaprabhu is to go to Vrindavan, unearth Lila Stan, and also write books. And he thought to himself, if I could get a servant, that would be nice. Get a servant. So they are worshipping, in that family, they are worshipping this deity of Madan Mohan, which was given way before. It must be the son, actually, the son of Sanatana Goswami met the son, not the father. So this is family deity now, has given to the father by Advaita Prabhu himself. And you can see the staunch worshipper of Madan Mohan, but there's such in Raganu Bhakti, sometimes it detects, the lady, when she cooks for the deity, at the same time some neem twigs, she's chewing some neem twigs, At the same time, she's cooking for the Lord. And Sanatana Goswami is a strict Brahmin, strict sannyasi, totally steeped in Pancharatrika Vidhi. And sometimes she gets mixed up. Instead of stirring up with the ladle, she's stirring up with the twig. She just shoot on. And, he's noticing the whole thing day after day, and then she offers. So, and he knows they are Paka Brahmins, and you can see the devotion also. But finally, after some time, he dares to mention to the lady, my dear lady, you cannot do that. You have to take baths, and you cannot mix the ladle, it's unheard of. And of course, she is a Brahmin, is a sannyasi, so she's, sorry, Maharaj. Next day, she tries to follow. Next day, Prasad is late, Bhog is late. And that night, Madan Mohan tells Sanatana Goswami, why do you meddle up in my worship? Let her worship, I love her worship, I love her. Let her do it like this. Sanatana Goswami is struck with wonder. Just imagine the Raganuga of devotion of that couple, of that family. And not only that, sometimes you can see the deity steps down and play with the boys in the courtyard. And Sanatana Goswami practically cannot make out who is the deity, who are the boys. So after sometimes he reckoned, better I leave this place because it's so advanced. And finally he dared to ask the son of Purushottam Shobe, my dear sir, can I have, if possible, one servant from your boys? Can you give me one of your boys? And the Brahmin is so advanced. He says, yes, my dear. Pick up anyone you want. Who is he going to pick up? Madan Mohan. So you can imagine the course of this deity. This is starting from Acharya, then Purushottam Shobe, father and son, then Sanatana Goswami. And now if you go to that hill, Advaita, you can see the hill. So that's why it's called Sambandha. We need to connect with that deity.
No, it's Karoli, no? Karoli. Yeah.
Sorry?
Karoli.
Yeah, in Karoli. But it's Supratibu, yeah, it's Supratibu deity. Sure. Yeah, it's Pratibu. Yeah, everything is Pratibu in Vrindavan except Vrinda Devi and Radha. But I mean, it's quite a far story. Finally. So should I stop or what's the story?
No, it's okay.
It's okay? Because we fast anyway. So back to Advaita, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So much later, the Lord, by now Mahaprabhu has come, it seems like Mahaprabhu has come, he told Advaita Prabhu that he meaning Advaita should return to Bengal, to Shantipur, and install two deities, Yugal Murti, one of Srila and one of Madan Gopal. It is said that these deities were carved according to a picture that was painted by Radharani's dear friend Vishaka. This is an original painting of Vishaka. She painted it. Madan Mohan further informed, actually it's not Mahaprabhu, it's the Lord Madan Mohan, informing Advaita that the picture was hidden in the Seva Kunj, and he revealed to Advaita the exact location. It was during that time that Madhavendra Puri Gosai came to Vrindavan and met again with Advaita Prabhu for the second time. Puripad, and that was the name of Madhavendra Puri Gosai, Puripad, went into a fit of ecstasy when Advaita told him of Madan Mohan's order. And concurring with the deity, he explained to Advaita the inappropriateness of worshipping Krishna without Radha, since Krishna can never be happy without her love. She is his pleasure-giving potency, Ladini Shakti, and Krishna feels incomplete without her presence. Madhavendra Puri Gosai advised Advaita to get married in order to properly worship his deities. He suggested that a renunciate has a tendency to give up his deities at the time of death. But a householder always had his wife, children, and other relatives or descendants to take over the service of the deity if he falls ill or dies. Nevertheless, Madhavendra Puri assured Advaita Prabhu that he would take upon himself the reactions to any offenses made to the deity by the next 14 generations of Advaita Prabhu's family. Amazing, huh? So in other words, Madhavendra Puri Gosai reassured Advaita, I will take it upon me. If any offenses performed, I take it upon me for 14 generations. This is one of the reasons Advaita Prabhu got married and created the Advaita family lineage. Because we know, unfortunately, Advaita Prabhu had 6 sons, just like his father actually. Prior to being born, his father had 6 sons. Advaita Prabhu had 6 sons, and 3 became Mayavad. 3 were pure devotees, obviously, but 3 turned Mayavad. And this is also somewhat the start of a Bhaktisiddhanta used to call it Seminole lineage. Even, he used to say, even Nityananda Vamshi is Seminole lineage. It's quite different. And what happened is, this is a Seminole lineage. And there was some speculation because shortly after the demise of Mahaprabhu, some dare to say that actually Advaita Prabhu is God, which is true. But they tend to obliterate Mahaprabhu. And that's obviously off, totally off. So in the line of Advaita, that happened actually, unfortunately. So it's a fact, it's a very good point actually, that many devotees in those days were grihastha. Sannyasis was very rare, very rare. And practically the sannyasis would take sannyas from other sampradayas, Tadvavadi, or even sometimes Shankar, you know. Because even at the time of Mahaprabhu, practically everyone was a grihastha. Why? Because this is the point right here. It's easier to hand over the worship if you have children and grandchildren. Again, Madhavendra Puri went with Advaita Acharya to Shantipur, and they stayed there together. Advaita is back to his house. Madhavendra Puri Gosai stayed 1 month there. In that time, he instructed Advaita in the science of chanting, telling him that the power of the holy name was the only way to attain deliverance in the present age of Kali. So it's interesting because how can Vishnu be instructed? Mahavishnu is Sadashiv himself. But doesn't mean, no, it's still okay because Mahaprabhu himself had a guru. And Madhavendra Puri Gosai, who is he in his ontological form? Is the original Kapavriksha in the spirit, in Golok. So there's no harm. You can see Narad Muni instructing Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva in our age is Vishnu Tattva. It's fine. You can see Arjun married Shakti Tattva, Subhadra. It's fine. So, yeah, you stop me. We can spend the whole day, I'm telling you. Okay.
Where did you get all these things you told us? Where they come from?
That book and other books.
This is Satyavrata?
Satyaraj.
Satyaraj.
Satyaraj. Prabhu. But there's more. Madhavendra Prabhu is extremely rich in Katha. I mean, I would strongly advise you to get his free of charge and his fortnightly brochure. I've been getting his magazine for 30 years. I mean, you should just enroll yourself to that magazine.
You mean Madhavenandra?
Yeah. He's one of the foremost devotee, of disciple of Gaur Govind Maharaj. I'll show you. Yeah. It's free of charge. I've been an avid reader for the last 30 years. Every fortnight, it comes in the mail. It's very great. And this month, he has issued the whole magazine on Advaita. Lots of information. And he's a great researcher, I have to admit. He digs very deep. So he gave initiation at that time when he was in Shantipur for 1 month. He initiated Advaita Gosai. And Madhavendra Puri carried on his journey around India. And later he's going to meet Narayan Prabhu. So now Advaita is married. He's going to settle in Shantipur. He's going to defeat a champion scholar. And when they had a debate, a voice uttered in the sky, this is not a Brahmin, ordinary Brahmin, he's God himself. Nobody is more learned than him. His name is Advaita, unrivaled, non-different. Then he met with Haridas Thakur, became very good friends. Advaita built a small dwelling place for Haridas in a cave nearby. And he trained Haridas Thakur. He trained Haridas Thakur. He trained him up. In the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. He dared to train Haridas Thakur. Because he's Vishnu. The respects they had for these two devotees, for each other, cannot be described. They organized Sankirtan in Navadvip before Mahaprabhu. See? We always say Mahaprabhu first, but actually, to be precise, they used to do it before Mahaprabhu. Advaitas and Advaita. And now, young Nima is there. He has come. Advaita would try to enthuse the boy to join them. See what happened also, you have to know this Srila, it's very interesting. Who is the big brother of Mahaprabhu? Vishvarup. So we know Vishvarup Prabhu used to sneak out and go to the kata of Advaita. Because now Advaita Prabhu is in his middle age and he's speaking Bhagavatam. So he had a big following. And Mother Sachi, she would send a young Nibai, go and get him. So Mahaprabhu would come and he would pull on the dhoti of his big brother, come home. He wouldn't stand, listen. He had received the order of his mother, bring him back. because she was always fearful. She was always fearful. That boy is always gone there. He's always gone there. So she would tell Nimai, go and get him. Don't stay. And we know, lo and behold, this is true what happened. She took sannyas. And in the mind, actually, she kind of, Tachimata, it's mentioned by Prabhu later, she committed an offense to Advaita Prabhu. Why? Do you know the story? En fait, on est tous, on parle anglais, mais on n'est que des Français. C'est pas grave.
À cause d'une dette.
Vas-y.
À cause d'une dette, en fait.
D'une dette, mais il y avait autre chose.
Il avait pris son fils pour en faire un sannyas.
Voilà.
Il avait peur qu'il prenne le cinéma.
Voilà. Elle a toujours gardé un petit ressentiment. Et c'est pour ça que bien plus tard, il lui a dit en taquinant, en la taquinant, tu ne pourras pas avoir l'amour de Dieu. Et bien sûr, comme elle fait exprès, au même moment qu'il arrive dans la cour de la maison, avec Acharya. Et là, bien sûr, elle a profité de l'occasion. Elle a touché ses pieds. Et il n'est pas question d'offense, c'est la mère de l'univers. Mais néanmoins, comme quoi, même les offenses mentales, on peut faire attention aussi. Ok, donc on continue. Donc là, ça y est, il a instruit carrément Hridas Thakur. Ils font son kirtan tous les deux avec d'autres, bien sûr. Et le Nima est jeune, hein, il est vraiment jeune encore. Voilà, je cherche l'endroit où je me suis arrêté. Alors, peut-être j'aurais dû revenir en arrière un petit peu, c'est vrai. Avant son mariage, il a initié beaucoup de gens que vous connaissez. Vasudeva Datta, ça je ne savais pas. Bhagavatācharya Shyamadas, Bhagavatācharya Shyamadas, Yadunandana Acharya, vous vous souvenez, c'est le gourou de famille de Raghunath Goswami. Et il a initié aussi les parents de Mahaprabhu. Vous voyez, c'est intéressant. Ça, c'était avant son mariage. Maintenant, il y a un petit peu de Nimai et Lila qui sont là. Nimai, bien sûr, refusait comme Advaita de boire le lait de sa mère. Même si on appelait les docteurs du village, il ne buvait pas le lait. Et les gens se disaient, bah, tu es malade. Mais bien sûr, on connaît l'astuce, il fallait chanter Hare Krishna. Sinon, ça ne marche pas. Alors, ce qu'ils ont fait à un moment donné aussi, puisque Advaita Acharya avait plus ou moins le même âge que Jagannath Mishra. Donc, des fois, Advaita Acharya venait échanger avec Jagannath Mishra. Ce sont des bons amis. Et donc, une fois Advaita Acharya a dit au père, à Jagannath Mishra, si tu veux vraiment qu'il marche bien, il faut lui donner la connaissance spirituelle. C'est le rôle du père. Et là, tu verras qu'il se conduira très très bien. Donc Nimai, à partir de là, son père a commencé à l'instruire, il était tout jeune, et il prenait que du prashad. Mais la mère, Sachi, n'était pas encore initiée. C'est pour ça qu'il refusait le lait. Donc, ça va loin, hein. Et donc, c'était pas offert. Le lait n'est pas offert. Donc, on ne peut pas prendre le lait de maman. C'est pas considéré encore prashad. C'est pour ça qu'elle s'est fait initier par Advaita. Donc il a initié Mère Sachi et son mari. Et là, d'accord, Nimai commençait à boire le lait de sa mère. lorsque Advaita va avoir 50 ans, il va se marier en fait vers 50 ans. Et là, bien sûr, Prabhu va bientôt naître. Hein. Et là, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Là, son futur beau-père, Nishinga Baduri, qui était un brahman très renoncé, très érudit, qui venait de Saptagram, dans le district de Narayanpur. Il avait une très très jolie fille qui s'appelait Sita Devi, qui est comme la déesse de la fortune, bien sûr. C'est une incarnation de Yogamaya. C'est la puissance mystique du Seigneur. Elle est apparue dans ce monde au mois de septembre. 4 jours avant Radhastami, vous avez vu dans le calendrier, toujours, quelques jours avant Radhastami, on fête toujours Sita Devi. Une fois, elle a vu Advaita Prabhu, qui traversait le Gange sur un bateau. Elle était avec son père et sa jeune sœur, Sri Devi. Nishinga Baduri, c'est le père, et ses 2 filles furent fort impressionnées par cette forme magnifique dorée de ce Advaita Prabhu. Et alors qu'il accomplissait Advaita son adoration au bord du Gange, Sita Devi, tout spécialement, apprécia la beauté d'Advaita. Quelques jours plus tard, Nishinga Baduri emmena ses filles à Shantipur pour adorer la déesse Bhagavati. Encore une fois, leurs yeux se croisèrent, les yeux de Sita Devi et d'Advaita. Ils purent enfin s'admirer l'un l'autre. Shyamdas, c'est un dévot, suggéra l'idée d'un mariage auprès du père. Votre fille est en fait Yogamaya et Advaita est Dieu en personne. Pourrait-il y avoir un meilleur parti? Ainsi, la mariée fut donnée à Fuliyagat, sur les bords du Gange, à Advaita. Et en même temps, il donna la jeune sœur, Sri Devi. C'est comme, vous connaissez l'histoire avec Madhavendra Puri avec, Nityananda Prabhu. Alors, il se marie avec qui par contre, lui? Et puis, vous vous souvenez de l'histoire? C'est une histoire vraiment... Allez-y, Mataji.
Il y a plusieurs versions alors.
Oui, bon, c'est la même. Enfin, le but, ça finit pareil. Allez-y si vous voulez.
Pendant que ça avait Prasad, Asuda a failli lâcher quelque chose, c'est ça?
Oui, elle était occupée avec ses 2 mains.
Elle a dû faire autre chose.
Elle a sorti un 3e ou 4e bras. Parce qu'en même temps, il fallait qu'elle tienne son sari.
Ah oui, c'est ça.
Et donc, très très vite, elle a jailli un bras et elle l'a tout de suite rétracté. Mais Nityananda Prabhu a vu. Et il a dit, il s'appelle Suryadas Pandit. Suryadas Pandit, son frère, je pense. Il lui a dit, s'il vous plaît, vous pouvez aussi mettre la fille. Les 2 sœurs, ça sera pas. Et là, c'est pareil pour Advaita. Vous me dites, hein, je ne vais pas vous... Parce que moi, je trouve que j'ai quand même j'ai des trucs à faire. Mais c'est... Oui, remarque, il reste... Oh, allez, il reste 6 pages. Allez, on finit. Donc, voilà. Donc, il va avoir les 2 filles. Et il va initier ses deux épouses. C'est tout à fait conforme. Hein, Purnamasi et Yogamaya. Il va leur donner initiation. Ce sont des doutis, il appelle ça des doutis, ce sont des messagères de Radha et Krishna. Vira et Vrinda. Et il va instruire ses épouses dans le Vaishnav Siddhant et graduellement il va les former pour rentrer dans la plus haute forme de méditation qui soit, à savoir le Manjari worship, Manjari Puja. Et de plus en... Alors il grandit, bien sûr, il vieillit en âge, comme tout le monde, et il va avoir de plus en plus de disciples, il va instruire ses disciples dans les arcanes du Bhakti Yoga. Et bien sûr, on arrive à ce lila qui est fort connu. Il ne peut plus tolérer du tout. Hein. Souvenez-vous le contexte. Hein. Shanti, comment dirais-je, Navadvip, c'est malheureusement, c'est loin d'être un haut lieu de la bhakti. C'est Nyaya. Nyaya, c'est la logique. C'est pratiquement la capitale Nyaya de l'Inde. Et en plus, il y a des smartas, il y a des tantriques. C'est un sacré kitri quand même. Donc, Advaita, il arrive à un stade, il n'arrive plus à tolérer. Il voit bien que c'est de pire en pire. Donc, il essaye différentes choses pour atténuer la chose. Il va essayer de pratiquer différentes tables de puja, de worship pour faire en sorte que les choses se passent bien, mais rien n'y fait. Et là, finalement, il en décide d'offrir des fleurs aux Ganges. Il y a dans ce magazine, hein, vous avez le shila, la photo du shila qu'il offrait, avec lequel il offrait les manjaris, les tulasi aux Ganges. Elle est là, la photo. C'est hallucinant. Madhavendra Prabhu, je ne sais pas comment il se débrouille, mais il connaît tout le monde à Puri, il connaît tout le monde à Bhubaneswar. Il est bien pouvoir. Il a des photos. Il a des peintures du Panchatattva qui remontent à Rasikananda Prabhu, en Orissa. C'est un disciple de Shamananda Pandey. Des peintures d'époque. Il va dans tous les temples, il prend des photos, il les met dans le magazine. Voilà, donc on continue. Voilà, donc il en convient que maintenant, voilà, il faut vraiment adorer le Gange avec des tulasi, des manjaris. Alors voilà, il y a un petit lila avec Vishvarupa. Alors, ça va donner naissance à Vishvarupa, écoutez bien. Alors qu'il offre des fleurs dans le Gange, des tulasi, des manjaris au Gange, ces fleurs se mirent à naviguer downstream, donc en aval, on dit en aval, et là elles ont touché le corps de Mère Chaché qui se baignait. De ce fait, elle a aussi, c'est à l'époque où elle a été enceinte de Vishvarupa, qui, on le sait, qui est une incarnation de Shankarshan, hein, par le contact de ces fleurs divines que Advaita avait offert. Les Écritures stipulent que le Seigneur, étant donné qu'il est très bien attentionné envers ses dévots, s'offre en personne à quiconque lui offre ne serait-ce qu'une feuille de tulasi ou une coupe d'eau, une cup d'eau. De ce fait, et là ça y est, il part dans finalement cette adoration que l'on connaît, il va s'asseoir sur les bords du Gange et le corps tremblant et pratiquement transpirant d'extase, il va commencer à appeler jour après jour. Comment il dit Mahaprabhu? Il l'appelle comment? Mahaprabhu appelle Nada. Il m'a réveillé. C'est lui qui m'a réveillé. J'étais en yoga nidra, il m'a réveillé avec ses cris, ses pleurs qui traversaient l'univers en fait. Et donc voilà, c'est à partir de là qu'il commence ce puja. Et on le sait, c'est grâce à lui que Mahaprabhu est descendu. Donc bien sûr, en gros, il a 50-52 ans lorsque Nimai apparaît. Alors bien, là on saute vraiment en avant. Chaitanya Bhagavat nous informe la Mahaprakash, vous connaissez, pendant 21 heures, c'est bien après, hein. Bien après. Mahaprabhu est déjà adulte, il est déjà... C'est avant l'initiation ou après les Mahaprakash? C'est avant, je crois. Hein. C'est encore lors des kirtans nocturnes chez Srila. Hein, donc c'est avant l'initiation. Donc là, il y a un lila avec, à ce moment-là, Ramai Pandit. Alors qui est Ramai Pandit? C'est intéressant aussi, parce que Srivas Pandit a beaucoup de frères. On dit toujours Srivas Pandit, mais il a plein de frères. Il ne faut pas oublier les autres. Srinath, Shripati, j'ai un frère en lui qui s'appelle Shripati. Et il avait un grand frère. On n'en parle pas parce que les Acharyas disent qu'il n'était pas trop dans la dévotion. Mais son épouse, c'est qui? C'est pas n'importe qui son épouse. Essayez de voir qui c'est qui avait engendré comme enfant.
Nalini.
Ça, Nalini, c'est l'épouse de Srivas. Mais le grand frère de Srivas avait une épouse et ils vont avoir un enfant, ils vont avoir une fille. Voilà, bien vu. Et Narayani, c'est la mère de Vrindavan Das Thakur. Donc Vrindavan Das Thakur, Narayani, et Narayani, c'est la nièce de Srivas. Elle était la fille du grand frère de Srivas. Donc qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ramay Pandit, il vient prévenir. Il va à Shantipur. Ramay Pandit, c'est un des frères de Srivas. Il va à Shantipur et il prévient Advaita, il faut que tu viennes, il y a Mahaprabhu, il fait un Mahaprakash, pour moi que tu viennes. Donc, il vient, et avec toute sa paraphernalia, et ils vont accomplir. En fait, c'est avant le Mahaprakash, c'est la Mahaprakash qui va y avoir chez Acharya. Et là, Advaita Prabhu va offrir cette fameuse prière du Vishnu Puran, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Gobrahmanitaya Chajagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Donc là, on est chez Acharya. Il va y avoir un puja qui va être fait là. Pourquoi? Parce que Advaita Prabhu, il n'a jamais séparé Krishna de Mahaprabhu. Tout de suite. Tout de suite, il a donné le ton, parce que c'était quand même le brahman le plus aîné, c'était quand même la figure de proue au niveau à Shantipur, c'était l'autorité brahmanique. Donc il n'a jamais séparé Mahaprabhu de Krishna. Il n'a jamais utilisé des mantras séparés. On connaît, alors il y a des mantras pour Mahaprabhu, il y a des mantras pour Krishna. Il utilisait le même. Donc il était vraiment bold, il était très audacieux, très ferme. Et c'est vrai que par la suite, Krishna Viraj Goswami, dans son CC, c'est ce qu'il va faire surtout. Il va établir la suprématie, l'équivalence entre Krishna et Mahaprabhu. C'est pas un avatar. Dans d'autres Kali Yuga, c'est un Amshakale. D'accord? C'est un Amshakale. Mais dans le nôtre, Radhabar Duti Suvalitam nommé Krishna Svalupam, c'est carrément Krishna Svalup. Donc Mahaprabhu, Advaita était vraiment ferme là-dessus. Tout de suite, d'entrée de jeu, il a toujours prêché Mahaprabhu et carrément Krishna. Et carrément, à un moment donné, Advaita va avoir accès à la Viratrupa de Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu va lui montrer une Viratrupa, la forme universelle. Maintenant, le premier fils d'Advaita, qui s'appelle, celui-là est un grand ego par contre, Achyutananda, 1493, vous voyez, regardez, Mahaprabhu est né en quelle année? 1486, il a 7 ans, Mahaprabhu, quand son premier fils naît. Et donc il a eu des fils très tard, très tard. Quels sont les fils? Balaram, Gopal, Krishnadas et des jumeaux, Jagadish et Swarup. Il avait donc 2 épouses, sa première épouse Sita Devi. Il va rejeter, je vous l'avais dit, 3 de ses fils qui vont dévier de la voie de Mahaprabhu. Et il va accepter les 3 autres, bien sûr. Achyutananda, Gopal et Krishnadas. Balaram et Krishnadas furent les 2 enfants seulement, parmi les 6, qui devinrent grihasta. Les 4 autres devinrent sannyas. Donc ça veut dire que certains sont devenus des sannyas mayavad. Malheureusement. Ils ont pris initiation, tous les enfants ont pris initiation de leur mère. De leur mère, Sita Devi. Intéressant. Janavama aussi est initiée. Elle est initiée, Janavama. Ça vient du Prema Vilas. Prema-Vilas stipule que la plus jeune épouse, Sridevi, eut également un fils, un garçon qui s'appelait Chotashyam Das. Malheureusement, l'enfant est mort peu de temps après sa naissance. Achyutananda était le fils le plus illustre des 6. Certains disent qu'il a pris l'initiation de Gadadhara Pandit et qu'il vivait avec Gadadhara Pandit à Puri. La tradition stipule que Achyutananda avait le même degré de dévotion que son père. Donc bien sûr, Advaita Prabhu était très très désireux de recevoir la poussière des pieds par les lotus de Nimai, et donc il voulait toujours le servir comme un humble dévot. Vous connaissez l'histoire. Hein? Mahaprabhu, il est tout à fait dans une position solennelle envers Advaita, parce qu'il y a 50 ans d'écart. Et bien sûr, Advaita, il ne savourait pas trop cette chose-là. Donc vous vous souvenez ce qu'il a fait?
Il a prêché l'impersonnalisme.
Voilà, c'est bien pour vous donner déjà ça. Super. Donc à Shantipur, c'est loin quand même Shantipur de c'est un bout. Hein. ISKCON distribue toujours le jour, j'ai jamais compris d'ailleurs, le jour de Kadashi en plus. J'ai jamais compris ça. 40 000 repas avec des graines. Alors une fois j'étais avec mon gourou marin, je lui dis mais il n'y a pas un petit défaut quand même. Et il me dit je te laisse décider. No comments. C'est sûr qu'il ne faut pas distribuer du prasad le jour de Kadashi. Des graines le jour de Kadashi. Tu vas à Shantipur ce jour-là, 40 000 assiettes sont distribuées avec des riz. À Maya, à Shantipur. Moi j'étais là pendant des années, puis moi je me dis quand même, il y a peut-être un petit défaut quand même. J'ai confié avec mon gourou, il m'a dit, à ton avis. Voilà. En tout cas, ce qui va se passer, vous connaissez l'histoire. Tu peux la raconter, Prabhu, si tu connais.
Je ne connais pas bien, mais je sais que voilà, il ne supportait pas le respect de Prabhu. Donc il s'est mis à enseigner à quelques personnes philosophie Mayavadi. Et quand Prabhu a appris ça,
il a couru. Il a couru tout du long, c'est long, ça fait un sacré bout de chemin. Hein. Je sais pas, 10 km, 15, plus, hein.
Mais apparemment sur la route, parce que je l'ai lu il n'y a pas longtemps, ce divertissement, il était avec Nityananda.
Ah ouais.
Ils sont passés dans la fameuse maison de ces deux sannyasi chakras.
Ah ouais, c'est ça, ouais. Avec le vin.
Et en fait, ils leur ont donné leur miséricorde.
Ouais, ouais.
Et bien qu'il dit Ananda. Et il rigolait en fait. Il les prenait pas au sérieux.
Ah, c'est la belle là, ouais.
Et dans les commentaires, il explique que en fait, c'est pas que c'est un il explique que en fait, Chaitanya Prabhu et Nityananda, il donne la miséricorde même aux êtres les plus déchus, mais pas aux offenseurs. Et puisqu'il va châtier Advaita parce qu'il prêche le Mayavadi. C'est ça. Mais par contre, il donne la miséricorde aux.
C'est ça. C'est un bon point. J'étais à Bhagavad.
Ouais.
Et donc, bon, voilà, l'histoire, c'est comme ça. Hein. Donc, volontairement, il a prêché cette philosophie Mayavadi pour s'attirer les foudres de Mahaprabhu, et ça n'a pas loupé. Et à un moment donné, Sita Devi, elle sent, vous allez le tuer, c'est un vieil homme. Et finalement, il se calme, et là, Advaita est aux anges, parce que la ruse a marché. La ruse a marché. Et là, Mahaprabhu est tout panneau. C'est un beau là, ça. Pas y arriver, non? Donc, on continue. Voilà, bon, c'est donc l'histoire. Je vais passer un peu plus loin. Alors voilà, je l'en ai parlé tout à l'heure. Lorsque Mahaprabhu a pris sannyas, Mère Sachir, involontairement, elle a accusé Acharya de l'avoir convaincu comme des gens. Et donc voilà, bon, ça va bien se finir, puisque Nimai lui va inciter sa mère à toucher les pieds d'Advaita. Et donc il va lui donner Premadan. Après ça, il va lui donner Premadan. Et puis bien sûr, plein de divertissements tous les trois, Nitai, Nimai, Advaita. Hein. En voici un. Ils veulent accomplir une pièce de théâtre Dan Lila. Vous savez, Dan Lila, c'est le fameux divertissement où Krishna demande un péage aux gopis. Advaita joue Krishna, Mahaprabhu joue Radha. Nityananda joue les gopis, une vieille gopie qui les accompagnait. Srila Thakur et d'autres jouent les gopis, Kamalakant. Kamalakant, c'est un des fils. Golidas Pandit, c'est carrément un Gopal, au monde spirituel. Hein. Et puis d'autres qui jouent les Gopas. Ils s'habillent comme il se doit. Ils vont louer un bateau sur les bords du Gange. Ils vont décorer le bateau. Ils vont décorer le ghat. Le ghat, ça veut dire l'embarcadère. Avec de la pâte de bois de santal, du vermillon, des fleurs. Ils vont utiliser des bâtons, des flûtes, des bugles. Ils vont carrément recréer toute la paraphernalia de Krishna à l'époque avec ses associés. Et là, lorsque Shri Radha, qui c'est qui joue Shri Radha? Mahaprabhu, avec ses amis, au féminin, commence à arriver avec les pots en terre. Et puis là, la vieille gopi, c'est qui? C'est Nitai. Qui commence à dire, mais vous êtes en chemin vers Mathura pour aller vendre votre dahi, votre lait, vos sweet rice. Subal, qu'est-ce que vous faites là? Tout d'abord, il faut payer le péage. Ensuite, Krishna, qui jouait par Advaita, il avance. Oui, effectivement, vous devez payer. Les gopis essayèrent de négocier. Et elles étaient prêtes même à payer 4 pièces par personne. 4, ça fait 3 fois 4, 12. Ils sont 3. Mais Krishna voulait 8 pièces. Alors les gopis dirent, tu es supposé être le fils du roi, Krishna. N'as-tu pas honte? N'as-tu pas déjà assez d'argent comme ça? Laisse-nous passer. Krishna répliqua, ouais, du fait que vous avez une poitrine fort lourde, ainsi que un arrière-train fort lourd, c'est pas possible. C'est pas possible pour moi de vous laisser passer sur mon bateau. Vous êtes trop lourde. Sinon, mon bateau va fuir. Réagissant à la suite, Nitai, la vieille gopi, commença à réprimander ce Krishna. Laisse-nous passer. Sinon, ton dahi et ton lait vont tourner. Mais Krishna ne voulait rien savoir. Il insista, en fait, double mise, double somme. Car vous êtes grosse. Et donc, ça pèse plus lourd. Les ornements, puis votre poids aussi. Hein, ça va. Et il les a menacés. Je vous menace de briser les peaux sur votre tête si vous ne payez pas. Et à ce moment-là, les 3 seigneurs se jetèrent en extase. Alors que les autres dévots accomplissaient des kirtans sur les bords, sur les mers. Il est stipulé que Advaita Prabhu resta combien d'années sur Terre? 120, ou c'est ça, 120, 125 ans. 25 ans encore après Mahaprabhu. Donc Mahaprabhu, imaginez 1534, plus 25. Et c'est un événement tellement bouleversant que Advaita s'en est jamais remis. Non seulement lui, mais toute sa famille. Virahabhava. Non seulement Nimai et Nitai. Nitai est parti encore avant aussi. Il est parti après Mahaprabhu, mais encore avant Advaita. Chantons leur nom. Voilà, donc ces 3 fils, il est très proche de ces 3 fils, hein, c'est vraiment très proche. Achyutananda, Gopal Krishnadas. Et qu'est-ce qu'il a fait, Advaita? Il a demandé à Virachandra Prabhu. Vous vous souvenez? C'est qui Virachandra Prabhu? C'est un fils de Nityananda Prabhu. Il est considéré être le Kshirodakasha Vishnu dans le Chaitanya Charitamrita. Donc il a fait demander Virachandra Prabhu et Goridas Pandit. Goridas Pandit qui est un Dwadasha Gop du Seigneur Balaram. Il les a fait venir de Ambika Kalna, ainsi que ses disciples. On sait que Advaita avait initié beaucoup de dévots très illustres. Yadunananda Acharya, Shyamdas, Kamadev. Et là, ils ont accompli un kirtan fabuleux. Et c'est comme ça qu'il part. Écoutez bien. Lors de ce kirtan, Advaita va rentrer dans la salle des Murtis de Radha Madan Gopal pour ne jamais ressortir. On est en 1559. Il est né en 1430. Ça fait 125 ans. Voilà. Son lila est divisé en 5 phases. Kumar, Poganda, Keshor. Comme Krishna. Et il a manifesté encore un 4e, Yovan. Yovan, c'est adulte. Et Vardakya. Vardakya, ça veut dire vieillesse transcendantale, on va dire. C'est intéressant. Vardakya. Selon les Acharyas qualifiés, Advaita, dans sa forme éternelle de Navadvip, est toujours jeune, Nava Yovanancha, malgré son grand âge. Voilà, il est parti, Prabhu, comment il s'appelle? Mayapur Chandra. Mais voilà, on arrive à cette fameuse polémique. Concernant le fait que Advaita fut toujours jeune et sans barbe, on peut consulter Madhyakan, Chaitanya Bhagavat, commenté par Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. Néanmoins, les Acharya Vaishnavas ont conclu que du fait que Advaita était un Vaishnava très aîné de l'époque, 50 ans plus vieux que Mahaprabhu, on peut néanmoins, c'est autorisé, le dépeindre avec une longue barbe blanche et des cheveux blancs aussi, lors de ce divertissement terrestre. On peut également dire que, en conclusion, Advaita Prabhu est la cause efficient, the efficient cause, la cause efficace à la fois de l'apparition et de la disparition de Mahaprabhu. Alors là, je connaissais l'histoire. Oh oui, c'est ça. Voilà, elle est là, l'histoire. Super. Donc, lors de ces prières ferventes, on sait que c'est les prières ferventes d'Advaita qui ont fait venir Mahaprabhu. On l'a déjà vu. Mais à la fin, il y a un poème très cryptique. Vous connaissez? Il y a un poème très très cryptique. Il n'y a plus besoin de riz au marché. Les cours ont baissé, voilà, il n'y a plus besoin de riz. Il n'y a plus de riz dans le marché. Tout le monde est déjà fou d'extase grâce à Mahaprabhu. En fait, Mahaprabhu était à Puri lorsqu'il a reçu ce message, et il a compris le message. Les autres n'ont pas nécessairement tous compris. Ça va provoquer le départ de Mahaprabhu. Bien sûr, ce sonnet, en français on dit un sonnet, a un sens caché qui échappe à la plupart des dévots. Seulement Sarvodamodar Goshai, Mahaprabhu, peut-être Jagadana Pandit, qui ont vu le poème d'Advaita à Mahaprabhu. Seulement ses proches furent capables de comprendre. Le riz se réfère à Mahaprabhu en personne. Du fait que l'amour de Dieu avait déjà été suffisamment répandu, il n'y avait plus besoin de riz. Le continent indien est déjà inondé. Advaita, en essence, voulait nous faire savoir que Mahaprabhu avait déjà rempli sa mission. Il avait déjà rempli la requête pour laquelle il était venu. Du fait que les gens étaient maintenant intoxiqués d'amour de Dieu, il n'était plus nécessaire, s'ils le désiraient, de rester ici-bas sur cette planète. Pour continuer à fournir du riz au marché. Tout le monde avait déjà mangé. Ainsi, Advaita Prabhu a joué un rôle très important, des plus importants, dans les divertissements de Mahaprabhu. Il a finalement révélé les lilas du Seigneur pour les âmes conditionnées dans ce monde de matière. Et après le fait que Mahaprabhu ait pu accomplir sa mission d'amour, Advaita a incité le Seigneur à rétracter ses divertissements et retourner au monde spirituel. Advaita Acharya qui? Alors l'histoire, heureusement je n'ai pas oublié, avec pourquoi c'est relié avec Srila Prabhupada. Juste avant de prendre le bateau, il faut le savoir, vous connaissez peut-être, il est venu à Shantipur. Et il pleurait pendant des jours et des jours, il pleurait. Et il y a un Pujari qui l'a remarqué. Et donc ce Pujari, bien sûr, il n'osait même pas aller voir Prabhupada, parce qu'il voyait bien qu'il était totalement absorbé dans son chant. Et plus tard, bien plus tard, les dévots scholars sont venus. Et avec des back together. Et le Pujari a fait la relation, il dit, je le connais ce monsieur. Il venait à telle époque, avant, en fait c'était au moment, juste avant qu'il embarque en 65, il venait prier à Advaita Prabhu. Je l'ai vu, il a dit au dévot, j'étais là, j'ai vu. Il pleurait d'extase pour demander la miséricorde de mettre en pouvoir pour pouvoir qu'il aille aux États-Unis. Ce Pujari a témoigné au dévot. Lorsqu'il a vu son bac de Godet, mais c'est pour le connaître, comme pas. Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu qui? Shri Prabhupada qui? Merci beaucoup.